Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my friends, whenever you see that video. I'll show you my setup here at our airfield, Clear Lake Modelers, out there in Lake County by Clear Lake. Today I want to do a review on an airplane that I recently acquired, Beechcraft. You're very familiar with it by now, I would assume already, but if you're any like me, you want to watch just one more review. Well, here is my input on that beauty. So now I've been showing it to you without the hatch. Let me rectify that. I'll be right back. Here's the hood on, and you see there's really not any angle you can show this airplane that would be not pleasing to the eye. It's very beautifully designed. It's very beautiful, manufactured, built, painted, all that. This here is plastic. It's a fusion plastic and styrofoam, and here this is plastic. Many plastic parts on here, but they are all very flowy within each other. The landing gear is utterly simple. It's a retract, but it's very scale looking, and it's very well functioning in its simplicity. The airplane takes nice off and does land nice. I do want to say a little bit something to that. I am out here alone, and I can therefore not show the takeoff and the flight, but I assure you it flies really sweet. A couple of things are important, and I'd like to point out. This whole setup here on mine took a little bit taking burrs off on the closing mechanism, but then it started working. It's very precise. It's very good. I was expecting it goes on so very light, but I really have to use like this, and then it snaps in place and stays there, and off it goes very easy. But my point is, my first flight I just used my 4S battery and put it all the way forward. I heard a good flying reviewer say that, and I thought, oh well, let's just start that way. And I checked. It's very nose heavy, and it flies therefore very solid, and it flies, but not quite as I wanted. So I did CG it as the manufacturer describes. It's about 50 millimeter back from that leading edge here, on where the wings, the outer halves go into the center half, and on the other side, or how Horizon describes it from that panel line, I think it was 20 plus minus 5 millimeter. So it's roughly 50 millimeter from the leading edge. It flies much more sensible, but more importantly so, it does take off better. But you need to really read your instruction manual, and I know we don't do that, but sometimes we should. The instruction manual tells you about the trimming on the motor. It needs to be what could be trimmed to a certain click position that makes it more sensible to that diverse thrust situation when you start steering that thing. So read that section. It's a sentence or two in your instruction manual, and try to understand and follow that. It makes a big difference. Other than that, don't work too much on this airplane with or maybe not at all, like I, with digital trim to left, right, just mechanically trim these things like you used to do, that they're straight. I would assume this is not your first airplane, and you know how to mechanically trim an airplane. So these rudders are best mechanically trimmed, and after that, the takeoff should really not be so squirrely or a big problem, and that is the most important thing. And other than that, it's just a little bit of practice in takeoff. All in all, I must say it flies really nice, and it's of course a E-flite product, so you can expect innovation and you can expect quality. The outer halves of these, they come off, so for easy transport, you might like that. And by now you have had a chance to see our field and that airplane, my airplane, a little better. I wish I could fly it for you, but one day when my friend Andy maybe is out here with me, I can stitch that in somehow. It lands nice, it flies nice, it has the AS3X and safe. I never use safe. I think it, for some it might be the bee's knees, but for me it's not. I'm very good. I love the 3X, AS3X, which is good for me, and I always bind the airplanes that way. One of those days I may put a little bit more different tires on it, softer ones, but it's really okay with the ones that has it. You can land it very slow if you want. And anyway, it is technically very tricked out with the steering sensitive diverse thrusts to here help the steering action. It's a beauty. Well, so is our airfield and the place we fly. You can see I looked out there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I go a little closer that you can see the detail. It's the fit and finish is good. I would like to say very good, but on this one, on mine, it needed a little bit of extra. The rest is what you would expect. I mean, it has 6 screws, no glue necessary to put the thing together, and it comes with a little jig, so you can have even the necessary starting trim help to get it off. Not too crazy. It could be a little bit tricky for some because the elevator is more like this, you know, somewhat to some may look very odd. Well, here it is, beautiful Beechcraft, and wish I could think of something else to say, but you know, it has lights, it has flaps, it has ailerons, rudders, and elevator, and 2 motors. It sounds and flies interesting. It's a sweet airplane, no doubt. Have you ever heard the expression in German, ein schöner Rücken kann auch entzücken? That means a nice back can look beautiful too. In that spirit, I thought I'm gonna show you a little bit of taxiing, because I can do that one-handed. But I certainly, and so I can film that by myself. Here it's on the runway. Let me bring it a little closer. Here, and well, it is not all that easy to do this one-handed, but it's possible. So here it is. You go a little bit, and I see. Well, what I wanted to show you is, see, this is a left and the right propeller spins. This is a right and the left propeller spins. It just happens with the rudder at this point because the trim is so tight. That's what Horizon Hobby recommends to you. But this helps. If I would now throttle up a little bit and so taxi. Then I could make a left turn. You see, you hear? I do like a scale like taxiing. This would be a right turn. And I throttle up a little more. Left turn. And so you see that, and you hear that the motors do that. See here? Make a right turn. Ooh. Let it go straight. And now I throttle down. I gave you a little bit of demo on taxiing. Our runway is very beautiful and looks nice with the airplane. Somehow scale taxiing and taking off scale and landing scale is something I like to do, but I wish I could show it, but it's not possible today. I just flown one battery. It just flies so beautifully, and it's just sure it's a good-looking thing, no doubt. Anyway, I do once again. I hope you enjoy yours. Oh, I bought this as a bind and fly. You see, my realization goes in this direction. When Horizon Hobby does that, there is fantastic pilots tricking and programming this out. And so I like that benefit very much. It makes these airplanes fly so fantastic, and well, or just the way they should fly anyway. I buy them that way because otherwise I don't get the benefit of that, obvious. In the olden days, the airframe, you know what, let me walk there, makes it a little bit interesting. It's like vlogging style, right? An airplane in the olden days had to be a good, honest airframe, and that is still a beautiful way to start a building project. But when you then have any form of lag, you can bring that in with the electronics, or if it's not a good airframe, then you can make it electronically fly very good. If that works both in combination, then bingo. So here it is for you, and here it is. Me walking around it. It's a real beauty. It flies real beautiful, and see you next time. Oh yes, please like and subscribe. That always helps.